Hello everyone. In this video what we're going to do, I'm going to show you how to use the GeoGebra classic software to do an enlargement. Right? Now the first thing I would need is a point. So I'm going to go to the point tool and I'm going to select that tool and I'm going to select point. I'm just going to pick a random point somewhere on the graph here, and that's my center of enlargement, which is point A, and it has the coordinate of -6, 3, as you note over here. Then ensure that you click back on the arrow here. So every time you use a tool, ensure that when you finish using that specific tool, you click back on the arrow, right? So now what I want a polygon or a pre-image or object. So I'm going to select the polygon tool. I'm going to go down to polygon and select that. I'm going to choose, say I want a triangle, right? And I want a triangle anywhere. So I want one point to be there, one point to be there, another point is going to be there, and I complete it back at B. So now you know that I have the triangle BCD, and I want to enlarge that triangle from the point A, right? So what you're going to do, click back on your arrow here. So that function is no longer in use. And I'm going to go to the transformation function, which is this tool here. And then I'm going to go down to delay from a point and select that. After you have selected that, what you're going to do, you're going to tab on the inside of your triangle. Like that. Note that the sides are highlighted, and then you're going to tab on the point. After you have done that, it is going to ask you for the scale factor. What is the scale factor that you want to use to do the enlargement? Is it 2? Is it 3? Is it 4? Whichever one you choose. In this one, I'm just going to use 2. After that, you select OK, and it will do the enlargement for you. So there is your enlargement, which is B prime, C prime, D prime, right? You can go back here and you can click back here. So that's how you would do your enlargement. Now you can change the color of your enlargement by just tabbing on it, and you're going to go over here and select this little tool there, and you can make it a little brighter if you want, or duller in terms of color, and you can choose whichever color you want. So let's say I'm going to choose blue in this case. And that's it. I'm finished with that tool. Just tap back on here. And I'm finished with that tool. Also, if you want lines from your center through to the common vertex, then you can also do so. You just need to go to your line menu there. And you're going to select it. And what you're going to do is to select a line. Pick any 2 points. So the center point is going to be 1, and then point C is going to be the other. The center point is going to be 1, and point B is going to be the other. The center point is going to be another, and point D there. And you can also check the distance from A to C, and the distance from C to C prime if you want to make a comparison to your students. You can also check the distance from A to B and from B to B prime. You can even put on the measurement of B prime to C prime and B to C to show your students, let them observe. Let me just do one for you. So let's say that I want to put on the measurement of the sides. Then you will select this menu here that has angles and measurement, and then you go down to distance length, and you go to select distance length. So you select distance length. Let's say that I want the distance of B to C prime. You just click tab on B and tab on C prime, and then the distance B prime to C prime is 5.66. And let's say I want to compare it with the distance from B to C prime. Then you just select that. And note that the distance is 2.83. And the scale factor is 2. So which 2 times 2.83 is actually 5.66. So those are different patterns that you can show the students. let's say I want to compare B prime with D prime, then that distance is also done for you, and that is compared to B and D. You put on the distance there. Let's say that I want the distance from the center of enlargement to point D here. Then I will just click tab on A, and tab on D, and it will give me that distance there, which is 3.16. And let's say I want the distance from point D to D prime. It will also give me that distance, which is the same from the point of enlargement. Now let's say that I want to do an enlargement in the negative direction or something like that. Then what I will do, I will go back here, ensure that nothing is being selected. So I want to now enlarge this original object here. So I'm going to go over here, and I am going to select back this tool here, which is the enlargement tool, highlight it, and then I'm going to tab on this tool, which is my image here, and then you're going to tab back on your point or center of enlargement. Tab on the point. Then it asks you for the scale factor. So let's say that the scale factor is now -2. And if the scale factor is -2, I'm going to select OK. And the enlargement is being done for me. Now what I need to do, you're not seeing the enlargement. So I can do one of two things. I can zoom out, zoom in. Alright, so let's say I'm going to zoom in to see if I can see it. If I zoom in, you can now able to see it. If you want it to go back into the original position, you click on this home button there, and it goes back to the original position. But let's say that I don't want to zoom in and zoom out. Then what you need to do, ensure that no other function is in selection, and then you are going to just hold left click and hold on the graph paper, and just scroll with any other finger to ensure that you can see the enlargement and where it is actually is. And you can just do that there, and there is my enlargement. So you can now compare what is happening. If it is -2 scale factor, then it goes into this direction, and then you can also change the color, which I did show you already. All right, so that is how you would use GeoGEBRA to do an enlargement. Thank you for watching, and do enjoy the rest of your evening.